So I was going to do like a time lapse of me cleaning up my office. As you can see, this is what it looks like right now. Quite a mess. But I decided that kind of heck with that. I'm going to just do a before and after. So this gives you a pretty good idea of what's going on here. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff I need to clean up and put away. A whole half a month of traveling and then being very busy before that will do this to you. It's funny, all throughout the November vlog I kept saying, I need to clean, I need to clean, I need to clean. But I don't think I ever did a very, good, thorough cleaning the entire month. Okay, so I have cleaned up in here a bit. Ravioli's mad that I moved the houseplant where he can't get it, but oh well. So, it's not perfect. There's still some stuff on the floor that needs to be moved around. Mostly gone downstairs or donated, but it's good enough that I can work in here and focus without being overwhelmed by everything. So I think what I'm going to do now is work on the painting version of this sketch. It's going to be a card. Very late in the year to be making a Christmas card, but still gonna do it. I want to get it done for the 2 markets that I have this weekend. Okay, hello everybody. I can't find my good tripod, so we're using the one that's like a gooseneck type thing. And I'm going to be working on this painting that I'm doing. You saw me sketch, or at least start sketching it in the November vlog, which I actually made live, I believe, today. Yeah, today. I am filming this bit. It was this morning. This orange paint is so filthy. I don't know how how they can, do that. Just, make their paints all muddy and dirty and it not bother them. There's nothing wrong with it as long as you're using your products in a way that makes you happy and that you use them. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to police you. It really frustrates me when my colors mix. But yeah, so you've got the top-down camera view today, which is not my favorite, but it's what we're going with for now. And then I also have my camera set up so that I can record. That's not the right color. I can record this for a reel. I'm going to open this window. I don't know if that'll make the lighting any better, but it helped a little bit. So yeah, I'm working on a piece that's going to be... Move this recycling bin. I'm working on a piece that's going to be called Happy Holidays. And it's going to be gay Christmas and holiday cookies. Alright, I need to find a better orange. I think we'll just go with this in the end. I don't want a very brown orange. I want a very red and yellow orange because the cookies themselves are going to be brownish. So I don't want the orange to be too much like that. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on. I'm listening to a Joy-san vlog right now. I just paused it so I could talk to you. Once the video finishes, I might watch some other YouTube videos, but I might not. I am working through the audiobook, I think it's called The Jasmine Throne. And for whatever reason, I cannot remember the author's name, but you know what, I'm going to just use this color straight, I think. But it's really good. And yeah, I really want to get back to it. I might not, though, because I'm going to be recording using my phone, and that's where the audiobook is, so that might not work. All right. So yeah, I am going to do this. I added this little piece of paint earlier. It was something I used for a reel. So that's why there's one piece painted and nothing else. Did that the other day. I originally was thinking about doing this with gouache, and I think that would look nice, but I also really want to use watercolor. So I'm thinking I will do this in watercolor, and honestly, if I don't like it, I can switch to colored pencil. Oh my gosh, the universe must want me to do this in colored pencil. I would switch to gouache from watercolor if I don't like it, but I think I'm gonna like it. So it's a mix of different holiday cookies. We have some Christmas cookies, we have some Hanukkah cookies, and we have some solstice cookies. Tried to find some ideas for like Kwanzaa, but I didn't see any that I liked, so that's where we are. This is what I'm doing, and I'm gonna get a move on, and I might record a little bit of this without me talking about it, but we'll see. I'll probably, if I do record more, I'll come back once I've gotten the cookie color mixed up. I think that's gonna be the next step, maybe, to paint the cookie color. I don't know. Alright, so it's the next day from the last clip. It's the 5th, I think? Or no, 6th, right? Yes, the 6th. And I decided that since everything was so, I don't know, cluttered and, like, I needed to focus so much, I was going to wait until I came back to this to, specifically the part where I painted all the cookies, to film more. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm adding in the cookie color. I mixed up a big bunch of it. Not that all the... Oh, shit. No, that's right. This... I erased too much of the sketch. And I have the sketch next to me in case I need it. But it's just... It's one of those things where it's like, oh, heck. We'll go with heck. YouTube-friendly swears. Oh, heck. I painted where I wasn't supposed to. There's supposed to be a cookie on top of it there, or this is supposed to be on top of something else, which is what happened there. I forgot that this star cookie is on top of the pride flag cookie. So yeah, this is going to be a greeting card. I think I mentioned that already. But yeah, the concept is Happy Holidays, and it originally just started with the drag queen gingerbread man, but it kind of just, it went from there because I had ideas for other cookies, like the pride flag and the rainbow Christmas tree, because you might know, you might not know, I do have a Christmas card with a rainbow pride Christmas tree on it. And it says on the inside, they said to make the Yuletide gay. So, I was like, oh, I have all these ideas, but none of them really stand on their own the way the drag queen gingerbread woman would. So I kind of had the idea to do a whole plate of cookies. I thought that would be interesting. So I wanted to have a mixture of, like, cookies for holidays as well as pride cookies. Also, I'm realizing this star cookie, which I painted in for Yule and the solstice, is very crooked. That's okay. Making cookies and icing them is a very tricky business. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make not all the cookies the same color. I'm going to come down here to this this candle one. This one was inspired, I think I might actually have a candle cookie cutter, or my mother might, that we did growing up. And this one was inspired by Yule as well. There's a holiday, it's a new holiday, it was something that was created recently called Sunweight, which I guess I haven't talked about on here, but I did mention it in my most recent newsletter, which you can sign up for if you want, but I mentioned it because I've kind of made references to it in my other Yule, more explicitly pagan cards that I make, my cards for Yule and the solstice. And in that, there's, you light candles, kind of like Advent up until the winter solstice. Then it's just kind of a, not necessarily generic, but like it's a holiday wintry cookie that doesn't have to do with Christmas. It's just it's a candle. And yeah, it's red. I just was trying to keep with the color scheme. And of course the green paint from the melted wax is like spreading. I do think I'm going to have to go over this with colored pencil in the end. I know I was talking about that yesterday. I kept accidentally saying colored pencil. But I think, like, especially on the Christmas tree, you can't really see the sprinkles. So that's one example of why I'm going to need it. And another example is her dress. The colors didn't turn out quite right on her, like, it's not a corset, but at her waist, there's supposed to be sprinkles, and they just kind of look, I don't know. That and her boobs are nonpareils, which I think is the most hilarious thing. All right, and then this, I want to leave a little bit of white, because I was imagining there's white icing on the cookie, and then they used, like, a piping bag to draw in the menorah itself. I should have painted over that with green. See, this is so tricky. Struggling here, people. This is what happens when you erase your sketch too much. Or don't take a picture of it before you, erase it, which I usually do. And like I said, I do have the one in my sketchbook, but it's not the same. I kind of changed things as I went when I drew it in here. But it's okay. We'll manage. It's not the end of the world. I think this one might be my favorite, this cookie. I don't know why. You wouldn't think it would be. You'd think it'd be one of the gay ones, or the solstice / Yule ones, because I don't celebrate Hanukkah. But I don't know. I really like this menorah cookie. It's cute. Gingerbread woman I'm going to do last because I want to make that a darker color. So we're going to add, I think, a little bit of this color. I don't want all the cookies to be the exact same color. I want there to be a little variation, you know, if it maybe got cooked less or more, or if it's different flavor. And I was thinking to take pictures of this card, which I'm going to try and do this week, once I get them printed out. I'm going to need to make some cookies, aren't I? I have to make cookies. All right, we're going to do the pride flag, or not the pride flag, the rainbow one right now. And this one, we're not going to have any white at the edges of. It's going to be at the clouds. There's going to be white, because clouds, but I mean, they can be like blue, and actually clouds can be a lot of different colors depending on the lighting. But, you know, the stereotypical rainbow cloud is white. But you can see how they're sitting on top of each other. Like, that's what I wanted. I didn't want it to look like they're all just kind of melding together. Now we're going to do the dreidel. I think I got the symbol correct. I forget. I looked it up and did research when I drew it out what letter it is in the Hebrew alphabet, but I don't remember anymore. I did my best. I know a lot of times cheap Hanukkah decorations that have dreidels on them, they aren't. It isn't the actual symbols that are on the actual dreidels, so I did my best to make it accurate. The sprinkles on this star cookie, which could be considered Christian iconography, but in my mind it was supposed to be for the winter solstice, because I just kind of think of like starry, quiet nights, you know, with all the snow and all that for the winter solstice. It's supposed to be like those like kind of like colored sugar sprinkles. And then the wick of the candle, I was really proud of this. I had the idea to put in like a chocolate sprinkle, which is what actually the her eyelashes are chocolate sprinkles. And I like to think her eyes are miniature chocolate chips. That wasn't originally how I was going to do it, but I messed it up, so that was what I did instead. I was like, well, we got to do something. She kind of looked demonic because I accidentally did the center of the eyes white and the outside's black, and it just, you know, that's not a good look. I think the Christmas tree is my least favorite, and hopefully going over it with colored pencils will help fix some of its issues. Actually, I'm going to paint the gingerbread woman in first. I'm going to split this paint into 2 different pools. And I don't know about you, whenever I made gingerbread cookies as a kid, those were different from the ones we cut out as people. Because when I made cookies that got cut out as like gingerbread men, or however you want to put it, like, you know, they weren't made out of gingerbread. They were made out of sugar cookie, like cut out cookie, you know. But I wanted this one to be an actual, like, look like it's a gingerbread cookie, since, you know, you think gingerbread man, gingerbread woman, that sort of thing. So yeah, plus gingerbread cookies, ginger snaps, they are my absolute favorite. And I would be remiss not to include my absolute favorite cookie on this tray. And I thought about doing some more. Like, there are so many cookies that my family made for the holidays. Like, we made something called Scotcheroos. There's like Texas 7-layer cakes or something. I forget. My mom was the only one that ate those. We didn't like them. There's a lot of coconut and stuff in it, which when you're little, you don't like that stuff, and I still don't like coconut, so. But it was mostly these sugar cookies that we would decorate as kids. That was like the best part in our mind. And like, I don't super celebrate Christmas now. I mostly do with my partner, my girlfriend, her family, and my family. Like, it's not a super important holiday to me now. Oh, this is darker. Lovely. Okay, maybe her foot's got singed. They don't always bake evenly. My brothers used to make cookies look like their favorite football players and then give them to people in our family who also liked football. I remember one of my earliest cookie-related memories, I guess we're just talking about cookies now, was I was like probably 3 years old or 4, you know, real little. And I don't know why I remember this, but I do. I made a beautiful giant star-shaped cookie with icing, and then I absolutely covered it in those cinnamon Red Hots. So, like, no one would want to eat it. I mean, in my mind as a child, I was like, ooh, this is perfect, you know? And of course my dad was like, oh, I'll eat it. And I'm pretty sure he regretted that because it was not a pleasant experience, I don't think. Just sugar and cinnamon and pain. But yeah, so that's where I am right now. Tell me, it doesn't have to be holiday cookies, but tell me what your favorite type of cookies are, because I love making cookies. Okay, so I wanted her hair to be like kind of the edge, went up to the edge in some spots and not in others, because cookie decorating is hard. I'm gonna need to make this arm bigger because it's so small compared to the other one. Also gonna have to add in some shading because like this doesn't need to be super shaded, but they're not completely flat. Cookies have some width to them. The sprinkles and candies on them have width as well, so I'm gonna need to deal with that. I'm not super worried about that yet. This is just me adding this in. Although I realized I never filmed any sort of video of me painting the cookies for Instagram, which I need to do. Be so careful going around these eyelashes so I don't spread the paint. Okay, there's that. Now I'm gonna fix this arm, and then we're pretty much done with painting cookies. Oh, I need to finish the Christmas tree cookie, that's right. I'm gonna put a tablecloth around it so you can see the plate better. The nice thing about cookies is you don't need to be like perfectly smooth with your edges, because cookies by nature aren't perfectly smooth. That's turning all green, that's not good. I hope this isn't boring for y'all, but I thought it would be interesting to just talk you through my process for this. Although I don't really know what I'm doing because I've never painted this sort of thing before. Or painted a pile of cookies. Alright, there's that. I'll probably record a little bit more once I start in with the colored pencil, and hopefully by then I'll have found my tripod so that you can have a better view.
She shook her head, wordless.
Okay, so it is Wednesday, the whatever of November, I'm not sure. I had to run to Target this morning to get a few things. Nothing exciting, like toilet paper and some broccoli we forgot to get earlier this week, stuff like that. Windshield wiper fluid. But anyways, now that I'm back, I can get started with my day. I got myself a coffee. Pretty good. And this is stuff I did not get today. I've had this stuff for like a couple weeks now, but I got this sleigh to hold, I'm thinking cards maybe, or prints. I want to paint it my brand colors. There's like blue on the side of it. I'm going to paint it the red of my brand colors, and then maybe some golden mountains, or not golden, but like yellow mountains. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And I got this hot cocoa thing. Oh, there's other stuff in here too. There's a paper cutter for wrapping paper, and bacitracin. This is not from Target. That must have been something that was supposed to come upstairs and just ended up in this bag. Got this to hold cards. I'm gonna need to put something in these two back ones to like prop them up, but I don't know, I thought that would look nice. I will say though, the one market, I'm only gonna have one 6-foot table instead of two, which I used at my last market, so I'm going to need to be very creative with the space, but I'm going to, I think tomorrow, set up my table and figure out what I'm going to do from there. And then I got this, which is the thing I'm going to be working on, I don't know if right now or later, but some point today. It is a glass light bulb. It looks like a Christmas light. You can open it, and I'm going to take the fabric scraps that I think you saw me sorting. Sorry, that is not a pleasant noise. And I am going to fill this up to look like a pride flag. And then I have some smaller Christmas baubles that I'm going to do the same thing with. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is work on the Happy Holly Gaze painting, which is almost done. I think at this point, there are just a few things left that I need to do. For one thing, right, Happy Holly Gaze, or Happy Holly Gaze. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I need a second blue stripe on the plate, and then add in some shadows and details with colored pencil. So that's what I'm going to work on first. I need to figure out what I did with that tripod that I have been using in the past. That little one, I don't know where it is, and I need it because I'm getting tired of the top-down look. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but I just feel like it can be nicer if I do it a different way. So yeah, I will come back in a few minutes. If I can find it, we'll see. Okay. So I am currently just doing some stuff, you know, working as you do. I know I was going to show you more of the Happy Holly Gaze, but my camera died right as I signed off of that last clip. So I had to charge the battery. So I finished it. This is what it looks like. I may insert a picture over it from my computer if I get a chance and need to, you know. Really happy with how it turned out. There are a few things I would change if I lived in a perfect world where I could go in and, like, reverse time, but it looks good. I like it. I'm happy with it. I'm going to turn this over in case you can see. I filled this up. It's a Christmas light. It looks a little bit like something else, but, you know, it works. I think it turned out cute. It's the Rainbow Pride flag. Made out of scraps of fabric, just because I like the idea of using up everything. And then I did a bunch of baubles. I think I mentioned this already. I did 3 pride flags. I wanted to do like the progressive pride flag with the black and the brown for the big one. But I don't have any brown fabric really, and I don't really have much in the way of black either, so didn't have any real scraps for that. I did 4 of the transgender pride flag. I'm missing one because this was something I brought from my mother's house, and I had already used one of them when I had initially bought them. So, I think what I'm going to do next is I wanted to film opening some packages that I got, and then I'm going to clean because it's kind of a mess in here, and then depending on how much energy I have, I might paint this. We'll see. I still need to write, so yeah. But I got a couple packages in the mail, and I honestly don't know what they are. There are a couple things I ordered that it could be, but I don't know. So we're going to open them together and find out. Alright, I think I know what this is. Yeah, this is some yarn I bought. So, this is, my mother asked me to fix 3 pairs of her socks. There. Now I can keep talking without needing to shout over the plastic and whatnot. Oh no, there's another one. Lovely. Aha. So 1 pair needed darned. I've done that already. I don't know where I put them. They're around here somewhere, but I finished that already. The other 2, the ankles, the cuffs are too short, so they kind of slip down her heels. And these are all socks I knit for her, so the one I still had some of the yarn left from when I originally made the socks, or I bought more since then. So I have that, I'm going to start that soon, but then I also got, I had to buy another ball of this, which is the yarn that I used originally. This is Schoppel, I think is how you, I don't know German very well. And this is Ambiente, and the colorway is no. Here we go. The colorway is Giftswerg. Poison something. Let me do a Google Translate real quick, because I know the word for poison in German is gift. So, no, not German, or not Spanish, or Portuguese for that matter. There's some interesting choices. Check. Hungarian, Haitian Creole. There it is. Okay, so it's Gift Zwerg. Poison Dwarf is the colorway of this yarn. I love it. That is amazing. And I can see why they would say that, or why they would choose that colorway. And then I, of course, because I wanted to make the shipping worth it, of course, decided to order 2 balls of the same style. It's 100% superwash merino wool. This one is called... It doesn't say. Or if it does, it's somewhere not easily accessible by me. Okay, this one says, right underneath the, like, thing. I wonder if the receipt says. Because I'm pretty sure it had a name online. Yeah, Alte Schule, and I'm probably butchering that. Probably old school. Yeah, old school. So this colorway is old school, and I feel like that probably fits that pretty well. I don't know why it's not written on the label, but yeah, these are very nice. I'm excited to use them. I'm wearing a pair of socks today that are knit out of that yarn. It's a pinky, bluey, purple color called Cat Biter. It's Katzenbeister. Again, probably butchered that, did my best. But yeah, now the real mystery is, what the heck is this? It is addressed to me, right? Yep, it's addressed to me. I don't know what it is. The only other thing I can think of that I ordered was doll stands, but they weren't big doll stands. They're for like 12-inch dolls. I didn't order that many of them. I ordered like 8 of them or 10 of them. This will be something, and once I see it, it'll be like, oh yeah, oh wow, that was fast. Okay, I know what this is. Holy moly, they shipped this like yesterday. It is a sound dampening curtain for the filming area I'm going to create in our other spare room. Very exciting. It's a little big, but the size I wanted, they didn't have. They're sold out of, and if I didn't buy it on sale when it was on sale, I wouldn't have been able to afford it, because it was about $40 on sale, and not on sale was $100. So I went with this, and it looks like a material I can hem if need be. So that's that. The yarn's more exciting, but I am excited about this. Yeah, I'm going to get to work, and then I'll show you how the slate turns out, either later today or tomorrow. I think I'll probably end up painting the slate tomorrow, because I still do have to do some writing. Alright, I had to pause what I was watching because I can't talk over it, and plus it's probably copyright music. So the first attempt was just this on the ball with no bow tie or anything. I didn't really like that. That looked kind of cheap. So then I tried this, which is actually a double knot, and I think it looked really good before I double knotted it. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a single knot, regular bow, and then I'm going to glue it once I have it the way I want it, so that it will stay and it'll look cute, because it didn't look quite so cute double knotted. It looked like a mess. So yeah, there's that. And let me find my fabric glue. I have some fabric glue somewhere. This is kind of like fabric glue. It's glue I used for doll hair wigs. So we're gonna go with that. It's good enough, I think. We'll let it dry, and if I don't like it, I can add different glue. So I'm just gonna glue the bits, like the ends. Oh my gosh. Words, Noah, words. And this is, of course, like dried up. I think it's cold more so than dried up. It's not super cold in here, but it's clogged too. Oh my god. So how's everybody's day going? How's your December going? Is it as stressful as mine? I'm sure it is. We've all got stuff going on this time of year, whether we celebrate Christmas or not. I know for some people, avoiding Christmas is half the battle. So I apologize if you're kind of like, well, I don't want to see this. You can certainly skip this month. Don't feel obligated to watch. I'm gonna try and not talk too much about Christmas, but... Alright, paper towel. Okay, that's a lot of glue. See, the trick is we want enough to make it stick the way it's supposed to, but not so much that... Yeah, I don't think we're using this glue. This is a mess. Oh, I need to look and see what types of glue I've got. We don't want it to discolor the ribbon or make it crunchy and gross and all that. We don't want it to look cheap, you know? Alright, I'm going to take all this stuff to the bathroom, wash it up, wash my hands, get all the glue off of it, and then we're going to try round 2. Okay, I'm back. I washed everything in the bathroom and am ready to try again. We have 2 options. We have Elmer's Glue All Extra Strong Formula, which, if you don't know, is different from regular Elmer's school glue. It's stronger. I didn't know that for a long time. I think it's a little thicker than the Galaxy glue that I was using. So that'll help. I think that was part of the problem. We also have super glue, and I do have hot glue somewhere, but I don't want to use hot glue because that'll just peel off and leave strings and all that. I have super glue. I'd rather not use super glue just because I feel like that might be... Super glue is a very wet glue. While it is strong, it's very wet. So, alright. We're going to try the glue wall. That's our next attempt. These are my nice fabric scissors. It's a little bit of overkill for this, but I figured since it is technically fabric, you know, the ribbon, it won't hurt them to use it, and I think it will make them possibly... I should just measure... We're gonna go with that much. Alright, I'm gonna put this to the side. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a total of 5 more from this original piece. you've seen my pride flags, you know that I like to sew, obviously, or I wouldn't be doing it. But I made the pride flags not entirely, like a lot of the Halloween ones I had to buy new fabric for, but when I can, I like to reuse fabric that I already have in my stash or get from the Center for Creative Reuse because it's something someone else has already given up. Yeah, I like to use secondhand things. So these here are pretty much entirely secondhand, things that I've collected or found or already had. So basically, I had these glass ornaments. This was something I had wanted to do, and I had thought about buying ornaments for this, but forgot until it was too late, I thought. I was too busy to go to the, like, Joann's or something and purchase them. But basically, I found these glass ornaments in my drawer in my childhood bedroom when I was visiting my parents. I had the glass baubles already, and then the insides of them, I think you may have noticed, are fabric scraps. So most of them are scraps from making the pride flags, because obviously pride flag Christmas ornaments are going to use the same, or pride ornaments are going to use, pride, like Christmas ornaments, are going to use the same colors as when I make just straight up pride flags. So obviously, there's a lot of that, and just things that I've made over the years. I keep all of the scraps because I like to put them into, like, use as stuffing or, you know, things like that. And then I know some people will probably be like, oh my god, you're selling your scraps, your secondhand leftovers, that makes this, like, not worth anything, how dare you. But like I said, I put a lot of time into it, and I think they look really cute, and that's not supposed to happen. There we go. So, you know, I think they're worth something, even if they do come from humble origins, which, again, is something I really focus on with my art, is trying to be eco-friendly and, you know, make things in such a way that they are sustainable. What do I need to focus on today? I feel like I just had this card. I didn't even start asking any questions yet. Alright. What do I need to lean into in order to embrace this message? What do I need to avoid in order to embrace this message? There was debris in the candle, so I had to tilt it to get the debris out, and I got wax and soot and everything everywhere. So. Naughty candles, get the tin hat. This should keep it from tunneling. It'll help melt the wax that's on the sides, because it'll collect the heat of it and keep it there for longer. So I need to go back. This is such a pain. I'm starting to really dislike circular needles. I've never had this problem before, or at least never to the point where I disliked using them, but it's just really frustrating with this cord kind of in the way. But I feel like circular needles are much easier to carry around in a bag, and it just, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of benefits to them. You're less likely to snap them like you would with longer needles, especially wooden ones. I don't really like wooden needles for that reason. I'm always scared I'm going to break them. Although wooden needles are nice. Is this the wraparound stitch? Nope, okay. It's just really down in there. That's the wraparound stitch. All right, now I need to go back the other direction. But yeah, this needle is, and it's not like this is a brand new circular needle. If you look at it, you can see on this side too, the paint's coming off. I've had these needles since I was like probably 15. So over 10 years, and it's still like this. I know you can straighten them out with steaming them, and I might try that. I don't know. I've never actually tried it. I don't know how effective it is. I just know it's something people do. And yeah, but it's so funny to me that, of course, I started having issues as soon as I started recording. This has been a challenging knit. I know a lot of people in the comment section on Ravelry, like when they knit this pattern, they talked about it, and they're like, oh, it was so easy. after the first 2 feathers, or repeating the section, you know, 2 or 3 times, I had it memorized. Not me. But maybe that's because I am not knitting it all at once. I'm knitting it like a feather at a time, because it takes me about an hour to do a whole feather, which feels like a really long time for what it is, but yeah, maybe I'm just slow. But alright, let's see here. There should be how many on the left needle? 20 stitches on the right needle, 31 on the left. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I have this backwards, so there we go. Let me double check that there's 31 on this needle. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 31. Okay, on to the next step. Maybe I can do this a little bit better this time and keep track a little bit better. It doesn't help that I'm trying to watch this Bailey J vlog. I mean, I've listened to audiobooks and stuff while I've done this before, but like, I guess it's because I keep trying to like look up and down at the screen. That's just messing me up, but we'll see.
Needed at Walmart, and I went to
Good morning. It's been a while since I picked up the camera, at least for vlogging purposes. I have filmed and published, you know, other videos since I last did any of this, but it's okay. Things have been busy, as they are wont to be this time of year, not only because of all of the holidays that are happening this time of year, like solstice, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, you know, etc., etc. It might even have been Lunar New Year by the time y'all see this. I hope it won't take that long for me to get this video published. I'd like to get it published sometime the first week in January, but obviously you'll know whether I did that or not. So yeah, I am just getting ready to get started today. I am still technically taking off this week. I did take off the week before Christmas, or at least like most of the week before Christmas, and really didn't, I don't want to say I didn't do anything, because I did do a lot of things, but I did like housework type of things, you know, or fun little craft projects, which I've been doing this week as well. It's a Wednesday now. I think it's the 28th of December. Yes, I need to contact some friends. Somebody I'm friends with is gonna be back in town for New Year's, and we're gonna go out for brunch, I think. Us and another mutual friend, which will be fun. We had some friends over for Christmas, some chosen family. It was obviously a Christmas meal, but it was more just a chance to get together and like hang out and have good food, so that was fun. I've got my coffee in my weirdo mug. I have some cranberry scones here that I'm going to try because my friend made them This was one of her test batches. She's going to give some to their cousin, I think, something like that. So I told them I would try them and tell them what I thought of them. So they may not be very good. They're experimenting with using non-dairy milks and stuff like that, but I'm more than willing to try them and, you know, let them know what I think. So I've got that. I've got my coffee. I'm probably going to do some tarot in a few minutes. And just kind of, you know, use today as a chance to reset. There's lots of things I've been working on. I'll insert a picture or something to show you, but I brought my prayer plant upstairs. You would have seen it back in August, I think. I know I was like, oh, I'll show you what it looks like next month. I never did. But I brought it upstairs, and it's actually in the place of the fern that I had above my computer, because I think the fern was getting too warm. Because now that the heat's on, I think this room is like the first on the circuit for the upstairs heat, because it gets very warm in here. And the heater is actually right below you. My desk is here and the heater is built in right underneath the desk. It's a radiator. So I think that was just too much for the fern, and I think the prayer plant was getting too cold downstairs by the kitchen window. It's very cold in the kitchen. There's not a radiator in the kitchen. There was one under the sink, but we got rid of it because we needed the space under the sink to hold all of the things that usually go under the sink, none of which is a radiator. So they seem to both be happy in their new spots. I am going to need to water the prayer plant more frequently than I was before, because it does dry out up here since the radiator is right underneath it, or, you know, 4 feet underneath it or whatever. I'm also thinking about putting like a jar full of marbles and water up here to let it just evaporate and be more moist, but, or, you know, up the humidity, but I haven't had a chance to do that yet. But I will say that the like 3 days that the prayer plant's been up here, it looks a lot happier. Yeah, so that's good. What else? I have started, there's just like crumbs. No, actually it's eraser shavings, not crumbs. Started working on next year's bullet journal, getting it set up, the general bullet journal. I need to get it set up soon because, like I said, it's almost 2023. And yeah, I suppose I can talk about it, what I was planning, because by the time you see this video, the video for this will already have been published. I'm thinking of doing a explorer type, like this is the notebook of an explorer, but I want it to be a fantasy type thing because we don't do colonialism here. That's not the vibe. We don't, you know, we don't support colonizer history and all that. So I just want this to be like someone this book to look like it belongs to someone who's been, you know, traveling around this fantasy world, learning about it and explore it, you know, like not taking it over or anything. So just, you know, learning about the world around them, and it's going to be like a fantasy world type thing. So that's, you know, the overall theme for this journal. And then I think like monthly themes are going to have similar themes. Like one month might be divination themed, so like I'll create like a divination system maybe for this fantasy world, like I don't know, like stones or something, which is something people do actually have actually used. So I won't be reinventing the wheel or anything. I don't want to put that much effort into it, but I'm thinking for January it's going to be like specimen jars, or jars of specimens, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's the plan. I've been organizing and setting things up in here, and I'm going to need to start filming soon, probably today. What else? Still haven't finished my girlfriend's Yule present, which was that shawl scarf you saw earlier. It's very late now. Christmas is also past, so it couldn't even be a Christmas present, but she knows it's coming and I'm working on it as much as I can. It's a challenge because I have to knit one whole section at a time, which means I have to have at least an hour of undisturbed time, and over the past however many days she's been home, so that kind of, you know, didn't help. And then I have, this office is a mess, that's another thing I need to clean. I have this notebook. This was one of the other three. If you watched my review of my 2022 bullet journal, which I will link, you would have seen this. This is one of their winter collection, the Art Journal of bullet journals, and this is going to be my crafting bullet journal. As you can see, it has the knitted mittens and ball of yarn with needles and stuff. So So I thought that was pretty cool, and I've been setting this up. Mostly at this point it's still just sticky notes with ideas for each page, but I did plan out the double spread for my weather blanket, which is going to start on January 1st. But yeah, so that's cool. So yeah, I've got some stuff I need to do today. I want to either tea or coffee stain some paper. I gotta decide which I'm going to do, or if I'm going to do both. I'm also going to make some basting spray for a quilt that I want to work on, which is basically just a very watered down paste, you know, like what you would make out of flour and water. I will show you that if I remember to. We'll see. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Oh, I also need to paint this. This is a thing I did yesterday. It is actually... It was originally I was going to draw it straight into my bullet journal because it was just going to be the decoration for like the 2022 title page, but I decided I wanted it to be an actual piece, so I'm going to, once I paint this, I'll scan it and print it out, probably on a tea stained paper, if I can get it flat enough, and then that can be the pasted on the inside. But yeah, I got so excited about this idea, I wanted it to be an actual piece, not just something in my bullet journal, so I drew that out yesterday. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to update you on. Not really. I'm just gonna, you know, drink my coffee, eat a scone, and get to work.